Hi! Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Smart Formations Limited. This video takes you through the process of creating a company limited by guarantee. Guarantee companies are used for not-for-profit organisations or as social enterprises or even charitable companies. I will take you through the simple setup process. The first step of the process is to select a name for your guarantee company and then check that the name will be accepted. There are a number of words which tend to be popular with guarantee companies, such as association, benevolent, charity, charitable, cooperative, council, federation, foundation, friendly society, fund, institute, and society. However, Companies House consider these to be sensitive names, which can only be used if you can prove that you are eligible to use them. If you do wish to use a sensitive name, you can go to our help box via the contact page and type in the word you wish to use. The help box should give you details of the proof you will have to give to Companies House to have your application approved. Before you can check the name at Companies House, you will need to select the Limited by Guarantee package you wish to use. To do this, you can either go to the Packages drop-down list at the top of the website and choose the 8th option, Companies Limited by Guarantee, or scroll down the home page until you find Companies Limited by Guarantee. On the Limited by Guarantee formation page, you are given two further options: the basic package or the upgrade, which allows you to be exempted from using the LTD or limited suffix. We provide an explanation of the criteria you need to meet in order to be able to qualify for the exemption. This example is for a traders association, so I won't be asking for funding or charitable donations. All the members of the association will contribute, and I can use the basic option. Make your selection. So, enter the name in our name checkbox, and remember to finish the name with the suffix LTD. I am going to try the name Old Street TALTD. The system has accepted that name, so I am going to continue. The ordering matrix gives you a list of additional items that I may want to buy. Checking the Information button gives you more details about each service. You can select additional items if you like, and your shopping basket will be updated. Remove them if you change your mind. Once you have made your selection, continue. You are now required to provide Companies House some particulars about your Limited by Guarantee company, and the information buttons explain the requirements. First, select your SIC or Standard Industrial Classification code to state the nature of your activity. You need to select at least one from the drop-down list, but you can select several. There is a good chance that you won't be able to find an exact match for your business activity. So, select a category and then select the broad match that has the word Other and the abbreviation NEC, which means Not Elsewhere Classified. For this example, I will assume that this is going to be a membership organisation. So I will go to section S and scroll down until I find Membership Organisations. Next, Next, select the jurisdiction in which your company will have its registered office address. In this example, the company will have its official address in London, and I therefore choose England and Wales from the drop-down list. If you have chosen the Guarantee Company upgrade, you will also see an additional option to take advantage of the exemption to omit the suffix Ltd or Limited from the name. So, tick that box before you proceed. If you have chosen a name which includes a sensitive word, then you will be asked to upload supporting evidence for your name, and the system will request that you upload that evidence. When you have your letter from the appropriate authority, in this case the Department of Education, you should upload it. You now have to provide the registered address of your company. Unless you wish to use our registered office service, select Choose Address. Enter the postcode of the address you are going to use in the Address Finder box. Now you will be presented with a list of addresses that match that postcode. Select your address from that list. That will populate the form with your registered office address. If you can't find the address you are looking for from the drop-down, enter it manually. Continue to the next page. Review your selection and continue. Section 3 offers you a trading address upgrade to the Registered Office service. If you are not using our address service, upgrades are not relevant to you. So simply continue. This is the appointments section of the application, where you supply Companies House details of the directors, guarantors, and, if you are appointing one, company secretary. Officers is a collective term for this purpose, meaning directors, guarantors, company secretaries, and persons of significant control. 3 options now present themselves: person, corporate, or other legal entity. Directors and guarantors can be individuals or other companies, so you would select one of these 2 options. The third option of an other legal entity only allows you to give details of a person of significant control, or PSC, who is not a director or guarantor. To form a limited company, you need a minimum of 1 director who is over the age of 16 and 1 guarantor. The director and guarantor can be the same person, which is why many companies only have 1 officer. For the purpose of this illustration, we will have 2 officers, both of whom will be directors and guarantors. The first member is an individual, so I select Person. You will need to choose the positions of the person you are appointing. The information buttons provide a brief explanation of each position. I tick all the boxes except Secretary for the first member because he meets the PSC criteria of controlling more than 25%. Finally, you'll be asked to state the amount this member is guaranteeing. This is normally £1. Next, you are asked for the details of this officer. To provide the officer's nationality, use the drop-down list of nationalities to choose from. Skip past this and then provide answers to 3 authentication questions out of the 6 that are available. This is the digital equivalent of a signature. You must provide 3 answers to 3 different questions. If the officer is a non-UK national and has a passport with an alphanumeric number, you should answer another question because the answer to that question should be numeric characters only. If you wish to avoid the officer's personal address being displayed on the public records at Companies House, you can provide an alternative address to be the director's service address. If you have subscribed to the Registered Office Service, director's service addresses are provided free of charge. Otherwise, provide another. This may be the company's registered office. If you are happy with the address highlighted, you can continue. Otherwise, choose another. Once you are happy with the selection, move on to the next stage. The next section deals with the control this member exerts over the company. There are information buttons explaining the significance of each question. This is a company with 2 members, each with 1 vote, so each member controls 50%. I choose the voting rights questions and indicate an influence between 25 and 50%. I leave the remaining questions unanswered and go to the next stage, which is the appointment screen, allowing me to add the next member. I go through the same process again to add the second member who is not a director. So this member is a non-UK resident and I supply the necessary details. Next, I supply her service address, which is already in the system by selecting the address that is also going to be the company's registered office. Next, I go through the nature of control, selecting the 2 options and indicating that this member has between 25 and 50%. The next page is the appointments page, which has now been updated to show the 2 members we have appointed. If you are happy with the information you have supplied, continue. One final word of caution regarding officer details. When you are entering the name of each officer, make sure that you enter the names that match their or that person's identification documents. So if, as an example, your name is Peter, do not enter Pete. And do not enter your given or first name as a surname. It seems obvious, but people make that mistake and then find that they cannot open a bank account for the company because the bank insists on an exact match of ID with Companies House information. Press Save and continue. The Documents page shows that our Articles of Association have been included in your application. This is the default document for the basic LBG you have ordered. If you have selected the limited exemption, you will have to edit the Articles of Association. Editable documents are also available when you upgrade your order and the screen will look like this. Download the Articles of Association and edit the Objects clause if you simply want limited exemption. When the edit is complete, upload the document and the screen will indicate that you have uploaded the edited document. Then continue. The next page gives you the option to be referred to a bank. If you have overseas members, there will be no options. If all the officers are UK-based, you will be given options. Select your choice. For the purposes of this illustration, I am choosing the Barclays account. Select and then Save and Continue. You are now on the Optional Extras page. Again, you can choose any or none and then Save and Continue. The next page allows you to review your order to make sure that everything is correct. Check spellings, postcodes, amounts guaranteed, etc. You are now on the final page, which summarises your invoice and asks you, as our customer, to provide additional information that we require in order to process your order. If you have asked for a referral to a bank or one of our other partner services, you will be asked to fill out the information they require and to give us your consent to pass that information to our service partner and to confirm that you accept our terms and conditions. Once you have provided the information required, proceed to checkout and make your payment in the usual way. Providing you have completed all the information correctly, you should have your company within 1 working day.